Last year, I decided to start reading more. I thought it would be cool to do an experiment and do like a challenge of reading one book a week. Well, now, a year later, this is what I ended up with loads of books and a little bit of everything: philosophy, music, business, autobiographies, health. And well, now I'm gonna tell you more about it, how it was, and what did I learn from it. What's up, everyone? How's it going? Well, what you just saw was my intellectual crop from the last year. So, all the books that I read from the 2015, and yeah, I'm completely legit about this, no BSing here. Just an experiment that I wanted to do, and I did it. So, in this video, I just want to go deeper and tell you what did I learn, because books are supposed to make you smart, right? So, I'm just gonna go deeper and talk about it. I'll first tell you that even though I set out to read one book every week, I didn't hold on to it religiously. Because, if you just read one book a week, it can get more boring. And what I did was just that I had about 4 to 5 books that I was reading at the same time. So there were weeks, when I finished like one book or 2 books. Or then there were weeks, when I was reading like a longer book. Like the longest one that I had was like a 700 novel, like a really, really, really tiny scripture. So it takes, longer time to read it. But all in all, it's just about habits and just, getting yourself down to read, and really, that's it. Okay, and so for the first biggest takeaway, what I took away from this experiment was that, man, there's so much knowledge and information out there. Because if you just read more and you just see that, man, like every concept and just area, that you can always go deeper, you can always go deeper and deeper. And if you start to realize that, then it just makes you humble about what you know yourself, and you just see that everything is not so black and white, that there is more to it. And I think that just, yeah, makes you more human in that sense. But at the same time, it makes you more critical about what you're reading as well. Because what I found was that, books, they're just often enough, it comes down to like 3 to 5 concepts, and when you're reading one chapter that just simply doesn't interest you, or like the author has been on and jabbing about this one concept that you already know, then just, man, just move on. And so you become more critical about your own knowledge, what you already know, let's say about a given topic, but also about the the way that, or the ease and the speed that you can understand concepts, so you don't need these big descriptions and stories. And secondly, just become more curious about anything, about life, just knowledge, and you get a better sense of what you actually like as a person, what are the areas that interest you and where you want to go deeper, and what are the areas that you just simply do not give a shit about, or just that you want to put away. So yeah, you get a better sense of what interests you, for sure. So to wrap up the positive parts, I'd say that you become more humble, but also more critical, and just more curious about information and knowledge. But there are also some caveats and some negative sides to it that I at least found for myself. Okay, sure, this might differ on the type of books that you read, but since I was reading a lot of self development, philosophical books, and so the knowledge, from there is not like fact based, that just like, ooh, that is interesting, I could just put that somewhere on the back of my head. But the actual advice and knowledge that you need to actually apply in your life, which will require action, that is completely different. So I found out that at this pace, especially reading those type of books, then it just becomes like simulation, or just like a stimulation of your own brain. But if you want to actually make something, if you just want to make a change or actually apply those pieces of advice, you just need to take action. But I found for myself that there's just way too much of information, and just this flow was just too overbearing for me to actually have like a very clearly defined. So I found for myself that this much of information and just like the continuous flow of new information can be crippling, and that I would need to take like a break at some point, or just at least make some experiments, or just to put the actual information and knowledge into use, because that's actually one of the reasons, why you would want to read. Well, that's about it, at least for now, what I can say about reading a book a week. Maybe I still need more time to figure out what it actually meant for me, but right now I know for sure that I need to take a break, and the only books I'll be reading are the ones that I just really feel like reading. So I will go back to some of the books that I read this year. But anyways, I really recommend everybody to try it out. Why not? Just reading a book once a month. And if you get any questions, leave them down below. And thanks for watching. Subscribe, give a like if you like the video, and see you soon.